Good morning, delegates. We're all gathered here at the Harvard World MUN 2017 conference, which has delegates from over 95 nations participating in about 20 committees. One of the most interesting yet aggravating topics being discussed was in the African Union over radical Islam. Consider the current divided condition of numerous African communities. Acknowledge the vulnerability of communities by poverty and political instability, where children are being radicalized by several terrorist organizations. The African Union Committee was seen to discuss in a very cohesive way. Some of them had original ideas, while some involved in a really meaningful debate. Some of them had key points that could change the world, while some of them decided to draft working papers. This is the working paper drafted by the delegate of Ghana and the delegate of Ethiopia. New York Times is proud to be one of the media coverage partners and the only media coverage partner of this particular working paper drafted by Ghana and Ethiopia in the African Union. We also managed to interview the delegates of Ghana and Ethiopia regarding their working paper, and they had some really interesting points to give to us.
As with me at the moment, the delegate of Ethiopia, and I am the representative of the delegation of Ghana. And at the moment we're working on the resolution paper in order to tackle the issue of radical Islam spreading around Africa, and the African Union as a supranational organization is very much concerned about this, and therefore numerous nation states and their delegations are at the moment drafting resolution papers in order to solve the recurring issue.
Our paper is targeting a three-pronged approach. We are targeting community, the national and international level. So we're trying to reach all three phases of the issue. So radical Islam is especially pertinent at the community level because it affects individuals. There are a lot of issues with poverty, there's issue with different tribes, and there's not really much dialogue between the groups, so there's a lot of conflict between them. So that's how radical Islam spreads. So we are trying to target that. And as well, at the national level, there are issues between cultures, religions, ethnicities. It's a large clash, and again, we're trying to create an open dialogue for all communities to speak together. Internationally, the African Union is an international body, and we are trying to create an African Union universal database to just have freedom of information, because currently right now, statistically, we don't know a lot of facts about population growth, about population movement, and if we know that, we can better predict where we should target so that we can target a group that is in need before radical Islamic groups can do so.
The committee chair seemed highly involved and believed that the topic could be resolved in the coming few days. New York Times interviewed the committee's assistant chair on the current committee progress.
I'm an assistant chair for the African Union, and alongside DAIS, we're all working towards solutions for radical. Currently in the African Union, we're working on solutions to tackle radical Islam. Radical Islam has, as we can see during this day and the day from yesterday, it has many roots. There's so many ways to tackle it, but it involves cooperation and alliances between states who may not really have the same line of ideas, the same policies, but they're all promoting and they're all focusing on one main goal, that is tackling the terrorist cells promoted by radical Islam in Africa. Right now, we're currently having moderate caucuses on the different branches that it may involve. How's the role of the military forces? How is the role of intelligence agencies? How can the international community also cooperate with states, but also promoting solutions for the Africans made by the Africans? This is why delegations like Kenya, like Egypt, Ghana, South Africa, Mauritius, Nigeria, they're all working together because we really lead our community by the fact that one African is all Africans, that we are one, and in order for be able to see a path for development, we need to all work together, not only for education, for eradication of poverty, but also at situations such as these ones, that it goes out of the African frontiers. It goes out of the whole sense of it's only a problem for one country, it's only a problem of one state, it is a problem for all the world.
On the whole, it seemed that radical Islam considers itself to be vanguard, and only one can hope for it to be dissolved in the coming few days. This is New York Times, live from Harvard World MUN. Stay tuned for more updates.